Action-packed weekend ends with a trip out to Pietermaritzburg, the capital of KwaZulu-Natal, and we are at Hollywood Bets Scottsville for the continuation of the newly launched 2024-2025 two-year-old season. This is going to be a maiden juvenile plate for fillies that opens our card, and an off time of 12:30. But before we do that, let us welcome our analyst and a man who's growing in confidence by the week. It is Gary John Citron. Gary John Citron, I'll be looking forward to some good news coming through from you. But I see we've got some betting, which is good news at this early stage. This is a Friday recording for Sunday for that first race of the afternoon. And our favorite, not surprising, is from the Mike Miller stable. I believe they've already hit the ground running with the first two-year-old winner of the season, and this is a Belle of Angelus. Now, the mother used to be trained by a certain Dom Zaki, and that is at 15 to 10. 22 to 10 is the sixth. Captain's Envy, another Miller runner. Third favorite, and it is co-favorite, is a third favoritism with other Miller runners. That is Water Hyacinth, the one. And the four, Treasure Island, also at 33 to 10. And to pick up the scraps will be the three, Crafty. And the two, Barrington Brew, 7 to 1 and 22 to 1. Morning, Gary John. Welcome.
Morning, Cecil. Yes, just speaking on the first race. I know it's this is done on a Friday and it's for Sunday. I haven't heard anything yet on these first timers, but just going on breeding and jockey choices. I'm sure Tristan once again must have had choice here. If not, Matthew's always second choice to Tristan in the Miller yard. So I've opted to go with the first two favourites in the bar pot here, number 5 and 6. I'm expecting a lot of speed from both of them, and we all know how good Miller is with his baby. So hopefully these two can get us through.
All right, so that is Belle of Angelus and Captain's Envy, the second favorite who's out of a Captain Almere Frosted Seal. That bipod gets underway with the first of our 8 races at Hollywood Bets Scottsdale on Sunday, and that is race number 1. 800 meters, the trip to our early juvenile season races. Yes, indeed. Betway are the sponsors of Weighted to Win. As we look at our last weekend meeting, it is in Pietermaritzburg that we go for Scottsville Racing. Race number 2, the first leg of the PA is off at 1:05. We have our first scratching, and that is the 6th, Guard My Fate. So it is down to 6 runners that are in race number 2. And your favoritism is with the 5, Dressed to the 9s, who will be hoping to break that maiden tag at the 13th at time of asking. That is Gareth Van Sale and Apprentice Mbuto, who claims it's 4. And that is at 19 to 20. The 3, Roy's Grace, is at 33 to 10. The 7, Seeking Space, in the colors of Mr. Mario Ferreira, first timer, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, and better, bar those quoted runners. Now, we've got a horse here, Radiant Heat, corner speech rating. I believe his raider last week, Sunday, impressed all and sundry. William Robertson, who never fails to impress. But Radiant Heat is like a horse that ran on Thursday at the Vol, Massalina. If in a running mood, certainly can pace it with the very best. And yesterday, that was the case with Massalina, a horse called Espumante, Cielo, won first time out for the De Kock stable, and certainly won for the Notebook. You put it in your PA, the one, along with the favorite.
Cecil, yes, I've gone the first two favourites here. My first choice will be the Space runner, Radiant Heat. Just going back to its Durban form, and it has run in Durban. It had a run on the Poly to Purple Flower. That's also come out and done nothing wrong. And then going back to its Scottsville 1200 meter run on the 18th of February. It ran 9.2 lengths quid pro quo. There were some nice horses in there. A quid pro quo, Million Voices, Ethereal View, Magical View was in front of it, and horses that ran behind it that day also came out to win. I know Petusum and Edge of Tomorrow. Petusum was in PE, but the horses in front of it was very strong company. I also feel the 1200 was too far for it. So now back to the 1000 meters. I expect a huge run. And also on its previous Joburg form, I think it's got good enough form to beat this field. And then just speaking on my second choice, Dressed to the 9s, also ultra consistent. 1000 meters should be perfect. Got very strong Durban form compared to this bunch. I'm sure these two will be fighting it out. And then just speaking on the first timer, which is my third choice, I haven't added it into my PA and bar part, but expect a lot of speed from this individual. It is well related. And once again, wouldn't have to be too good to pop up in a field like this. But I see the race in this order 157.
Yes, it would be in an ideal world a big shock not to see 105 feature in that first three. That's a PA, and it starts at 2:05 with the running off race number 2. Okay, so by the time we get to race 3, we will be limbering up for the tail end of the latest weekend fixtures in the Betway PSL Soccer League. And I must say that it has really revived a lot of interest. A lot of people were beginning to wane as far as the interest is concerned. And I guess it coincides with the national team also hitting a very good run. Long may it continue. Soccer, by far the most popular game in the Mzansi. Right, let's get to race number 3, and we've got a 15-10 favorite in those world famous Stokes off the Wilgerbos Drift, and it is the one Mocha Blend that is at 15-10. The second favoritism in a race number 3, well, you have to search long and hard, and it is the 3 La Vida Loca, and that is at 9-2. And then you've got 11-2 about the 8 Senbini, who ran recently. Now, as far as the Mocha Special, it's the first run over the 1400 meters, doing best work late on the poly track, goes over the extra 450 meters at Scottsville. Shouldn't be any problems, I hope, Gary John.
So I have to agree with you. Marco Blend is going to enjoy the step up in trip. Also, last time it did lose 2 lengths at the start. I feel that it was a bit unlucky. I don't know how strong that form line is. I do know Fater Creed has come out to frank that, but Meritorious's comeback run wasn't the best in my eyes. And it was also on the poly, now back on the grass, but should not be a problem. I've got a lot of respect for number 3, La Vida Loca. Just going back to its run to Lady of Distinction, I think it was a great run. It did Lady of Distinction come out to win one path, both direct winners, and also pull a fast one. And in this race, Fate Decreed was in here where La Vida Loca did beat it by 3 lengths. But in its run to Happy Fortune, Fate Decreed has beaten it, but that day La Vida Loca was drawn badly. My third selection will be San Bernini. It's just an improver. It's a big improver in the race, but La Vida Loca does have it held. I've got slight preference here to La Vida Loca over Marque Blend, and my third selection, San Bernini.
318 are the horses that have been focused on by Gary John for that first leg of the pick six, 1,152 Rand. No bankers, but it does go light in legs of 3 and the conclusive 6th. Okay, we approach the start of our first jackpot. It's a merit-rated 76 handicap is race number 4. It's over the 2,400 meters. So the last couple have been staying races. And in the case of race number 4, the one Captain Oliver is at 3-1. 4-1 is the 3 Mr. Fix-It. The consistent number 4 Lucretius, so that is at 5-1. 11-2 is the 5 the Mikado, and then it's 6-1 and better bar those. Well, your old friend Lucretius is back, Mr. Gary John, back on the turf, proving to be very, very versatile. Hasn't been over the 2,400 meters yet. Any reservations there, or are you going to? I know you're a keen follower of the Frikik Railing stable. They've got the favourite, the one Captain Oliver, who looks set for good things ahead.
Cecil, just speaking on Lucretius, I don't see a problem in the 2,400 with it. My slight question mark, if anything, would be Scottsville. I do feel this horse is a better horse at Greyville, Turf, and Poly. I know it's versatile, but it has come to form. So maybe the 2,400 at Scottsville shouldn't be a problem, but I'm not too sure what to make of it. It is one of my top selections. My first selection will definitely be number 1, Captain Oliver. This horse last time had no route in winning at Greyville and still seemed to pull it out the bag. I think the step up in trip to the 2,400, we're going to see a different horse today. And just going back to its first run at Scottsville, the 1,600 was way too short. It was absolutely flying at the end, and we know Artist Model ran second that day.
Yeah.
And obviously the actor's done nothing wrong. So I think this horse has cracked the right field coming out of the maidens. I think this is going to be a top stayer in the making. I definitely have to lean towards it over Lucretius. And then another horse, just don't leave out your bets, is number 6, Double Olympic. I know I liked it last time, but I'm going to give this horse one more chance today. I think the poly was wrong for it, and this is a turf horse. I see the 2400 being right up its alley once again. So put a line through its last run. It wouldn't surprise me to see this horse pop up if Captain Oliver fluffs its lines.
Definitely, if you like a horse today, stay with it and it'll come right for you. There is a reason why you liked it in the first place. Outlay to that jackpot is 192 Rand. Race number 4 is the first leg, and that is off at 2:15. And the hits keep on coming. We're into the second jackpot. We commences with the running of race number 5 as we get into the second half of an 8-racer program. There's a fillies and mares 82 handicap. It's over the 1600 meters. And the consistent number 8, Phasar, in those colors of LKL Breeders, is your favorite at 4-1. Co-favorite with the 3, Safe and Sound. The 4, One Smart Cookie, 5-1. 5-1, the 7, Gorgeous Girl. 11-2 is the 1, Way to Burn. A first trip at Scottsville. Has been on the turf at Greyville and also tried the Vaal Classic, but never tried the Scottsville track. So it'll be interesting to see what Garth Fuller gets out of the 1, Way to Burn. But it's not part of your selections for that jackpot 2. Tell us about your top 2 as far as that first leg is concerned, Gary John.
Cecil, this league, yeah, I made it between Gorgeous Girl and Phasar. Found it very hard to separate these two. They're ultra consistent horses. Both seem to love Scottsville. I don't see any problem with the distance. I do like obviously Phasar's last run, 2 lengths to Strathclyde and 3.2 lengths Miss Platina. Obviously, I do feel this horse is a better grass horse than Poly horse. And then also just speaking on Gorgeous Girl, I do feel it's run to Warrior Royale. There were some nice horses in that field. It was a very strong bunch. I also saw Warrior Royale ran a cracker on the weekend against Stronger. And there's been winners out of this form line. She's a Bomber and Tamaris, 2 direct winners. And there is a line horse on Safe and Sound because Gorgeous Girl did beat Valet Mambo by about 4 lengths in its last run, and Safe and Sound beat Valet Mambo by 1.8 lengths. And I also feel Safe and Sound's a better poly horse than grass horse. I don't see much in it with the 7 and 8. Definitely my top selection. If I was to add one more in, it would be the 9 Mountains of the Moon. Last few runs have been too short for it. The 1600 will be a lot better for it.
Thank you very much. That is 7 and 8. In that first leg of the jackpot, you'll notice he's gone quite light beyond the race 6, which is leg 2. He's gone 4 and 6 in leg 3 and 1 and 3 in leg number 4. 48 Rand will be the total outlay. All right, so last chance to get involved in a pick 3 will come in the shape of race number 6, a competitive race number 6. And just having a look at the betting for that 6th, you've got a pretty open looking affair. The latest show as we look ahead to Sunday racing. Tea Time Tipple is your favorite at 33 to 10. 7 to 2 is the 8 Stars in Heaven. The 11 Tobacconist to back in Trip once again, after going as far as 1950 and 2000 penultimate run, is back over the 1400, and that is at 5-1, labeled in from 11 to 2. It is 6-1 and better bar those. Now, pray tell, you guys, well, certainly you, Gary John, have your ear to the ground. And what is the story in dropping back to the trip of 1400 when it seemed like Tobacconist is the type that could stay all day? I'm just having a look at the dam as far as her history is concerned, La Linea. But tell us about the drop-in trip and what you think the thinking is there.
Cecil, I don't see any problem in the drop back in Trip. I do know its strongest form is over the distance. I mean, in its last run to Salukwe, it was an absolute cracker. There's been winners out of there. Salukwe come out to win, Field Marshal, and a horse called African Dusk, all direct winners out of that form line. Just going back to its 1400 meter runs, its last 2 1400 meters runs at Scottsville, it was 0.7 lengths only behind Willow Express. which wasn't a bad field. And then also the 1400 meters at Grable to all the time was 0.95 lengths from a draw 12. So I don't see a problem in the 1400 because it's run two really good races over it. And maybe they've dropped this horse back in trip because it's so far down in class, in my opinion. So I think the trainers made the right decision here by dropping it back because the weakness of this field, I think this horse on paper should definitely win. It's priced up at a really nice price. We've got it 11 to 2 today and 11 to 10, a place top three. There's a lot of value in it. In my eyes, definitely the right horse. And then just speaking on tea time to pull the clear danger. This is also, once again, the type of horse you can put it against the best that just seems to get beat. And then you put it against a bunch of moderates and it'll still find a way to get beat. Yes, it can definitely pop up in my eyes. But I think this horse could get beaten. It should be up there. But I'm strong in the camp of Tobacconist. I think this is the right horse in this field.
Thank you very much, Tobacconist. Bidding for win number 4 from just the 17 outings, MJ Ordendal and Ataniwam Gudlwa. And he's ridden the horse once upon a time. That was going back onto the polytrack of 11 October 2023. So about 14 months since he last got a leg over from Tobacconist. Over to Tobacconist, rather. That is race number 6. Right, last chance to get involved in a double this Sunday will be in the form of race number 7, a Fillies and Mares 78, and that is over the 1200 meters. Very, very open, a big field, and if you get it right, certainly for those quartets, I think you could certainly round off the weekend on a very bright note, especially if things haven't gone quite sparklingly or swimmingly over the last 48 hours or so. Rafif's Choice is your week favorite at 4 to 1. The 11, Vernian Goddess is at 11 to 2, 6 to 1. Are both numbers 1, Princess Hannah, and the 6, Princess Palace. And then the 7 to 1 about the 7, Happy Analia. 12 to 1 about the 2, Izibulo. And then the 8, Spirited Fight is a flight, rather, is at 12 to 1. It is 14s and better bar those. And can you, Adam and Eve, at Mr. Gary John? I haven't even got to your value bet as I go through that betting. So it's certainly going to be a good value bet and each way selection for us.
Cecil, yes, my value play comes up in this race. I'm actually very confident on a big run from it. Number 4, Prom Queen. I think this horse is priced up completely incorrect. We're getting 18 to 1 today and 18 to 1 a win and 4 to 1 a place top 3. There's a lot of value in it. Just going to its form line, put a line through its last run over the 1600. It was way too far for it. This horse has also changed stables, and they brought this horse straight back to the 1200 where it's best, it has its best form. Even going back to the run to Perilla coming off a rest, only 2.1 lengths behind. There was a strong field. There were the horses in their Stormy Choice, Point Forgiveness that we saw win twice in a row against a strong bunch. And then going back to its run to Quid Pro Quo, it was only 4.8 lengths behind at Scottsville this day. And that day it was inconvenienced twice in the race if you go watch the replay. So I'm willing to stick my neck out and think this horse is going to get it right today. I do know that Princess Palace does have it held on the Care Forgot run, but that was over 1,600, guys. We're back to the 1,200, and this horse also loves Scottsville Prom Queen. I'm really strong in the camps of it. And another horse, if you guys want to add it into your swingers and your play, number 10, Harley's Fate, don't leave it out. And obviously, you got to respect Rafif's Choice, but it's also an in and out horse. It did win well on the poly last time, but guys, I'm strong in the camps. Yeah, take the 18 to 1 and the 4 to 1 a place Prom Queen. Expect a huge run.
Yeah, of course, Prom Queen, that 4.80 lengths of Quid Pro Quo in the Grade 1, Alan Robertson. And how Quid Pro Quo ever won that race is still one of those miracles. And of course, congratulations to the owners of Prom Queen winning with the World of Alice on Summer Cup Day just last Saturday at Turpentine. All right, we get on to the lucky last. That is the race number 8 at Hollywood Bets Scottsville on Sunday. Pietermaritzburg is a city that has Hollywood bets Scottsville as a part of its centerpiece. 16:35 is the off time to race number 8, distance 1,200 meters, and favoritism is with the one Flight Path from the Garth Puller stable. Quid Pro Quo is a name mentioned a lot by Gary, and of course, in the colours of Quid Pro Quo is Flight Path, and that is the colours of Mr. Gerald Kirill at a price of 9-2, and now 5-1. 6-1 is the 6 Vihans Web. The 3 fine one is at 6-1, 10-1, and better bar those. So, Bright Future Marriage Rate at 83. Must be said, as we progress through the card on Sunday, it is a very competitive card. And by the way, just to inform you, there's been a scratching in race number 1, the 800-meter 2-year-old race, and that is the outsider number 2 that is scratched Gary John, that being a Barrington Blue, if you wish to know.
Cecil, thanks. Yeah, I left that the scratching of my play. Just in this in this race here at Scottsville, my best bet comes up. Fine one. I'm strong in the camps here of it. I think it's comeback run last time, coming up a race, draw 12. It came from Stone last. I think it could have won that race that day. I think it was an absolute cracker comeback. Now stepping up to the 1,200, I think this is the horse to beat. It's 6-1. Once again, a lot of value in it. If you guys are looking to beat it, I would be looking at numbers 1 and 2, Flight Path and Soho Star. I think those are the two dangers. That also could be a nice boxed exacta 1, 2, and 3. It'll cost you R6. But in this race here, like I said, I'm very confident on Fine One. I definitely think it will be in the top 4 in this field. Like I said, the form lines there. On its last run, it was a strong bunch, and let's have a bet on it.
All right, I'm just looking at the betting to race number 1 and the favorite number 5, Bell of Angelus. That is at 14-10 now. So maybe the Mike Miller double, race 1, number 5, and race 8, number 3. Fine one. Thanks very much to Gary John. That's been his thoughts for Sunday racing coming through from KZN.